Hello, it's me, Adam. It's 6 a.m. in the morning right now. I'm half full of beer, but I'm entirely full of professional wrestling news. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Kicking things off with the news that a certain WWE Raw star was almost pulled from a planned match at WrestleMania 37 and was only cleared last minute. We are talking about Damian Priest. Damian Priest obviously teamed with Bad Bunny to take on Miz and Morrison. It was originally announced, this match, as Miz versus Bad Bunny. It was going to be a singles match, and then last minute it was changed to the tag match that we did see. Dave Meltzer, speaking on the post-WrestleMania edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, stating that he was cleared last minute and it was even touch and go as to whether Priest could still compete in that match. Mentioned that he was really hurting. It was a great match in the end. It was brilliant, but it must be said that Bad Bunny actually did the majority of the work for his team. He was in that match a lot longer than Damian Priest was until he got the hot tag. When Priest got in there, you wouldn't be able to tell that he's working hurt or anything like that. He was on fire and everything. And as I say, brilliant match. We don't know the severity or even really specifics on the injury. We don't know how or when it occurred or anything like that. But we will keep you updated. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Damian Priest leave our screens for a little bit, or at least not compete for a little bit. Like, this feud has wrapped up now, so maybe they'll give him a bit of time off to rest up. But when we know, you will know. Next up, Becky Lynch continues to troll the WWE universe regarding her return to the company. She tweeted out, following WrestleMania Night 1, "Nothing is guaranteed here. Tonight, tomorrow, what's next? Over." And if you spell out the letters there, it says Night 2. But she finishes, "Just kidding, congratulations Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Way to make history." Obviously a fantastic night of action in Night 1 and a great main event, that's for sure. The crowning of Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch just being an horrible little troll, basically. I would suggest, though, that Becky Lynch doing these troll jobs probably means that she's not going to return soon. I think she might go quiet, or at least she wouldn't mess with our feelings before her return. So people are speculating that we might see her Raw after Mania, now tonight, but given her social media activity, I think it's pretty doubtful. Next up, a certain global superstar singer-songwriter has posted something incredibly controversial following WrestleMania on Instagram. BB Rexha, who sang America the Beautiful on Night 1 of WrestleMania, posting some pictures to Instagram of her just having a great time, enjoying herself, but she also posted a video of her having an old chinwag with Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, and in the background, just an interesting note, confirming a report that was made a month or so ago regarding leg slapping. There is a big sign in the background that literally says, "Do not slap leg when kicking." So, confirmation of that report. I can't imagine WWE are especially pleased with her for putting that online, but she wasn't to know or anything. And yeah, there you go. There's confirmation of it anyway. But it didn't stop some WWE superstars from doing that this weekend. Maybe there's a hefty fine coming their way. We don't know, but cheers for the confirmation. Next up, speaking of controversy, a certain AEW star attended WrestleMania 37. We are talking about Miro. It's a lovely story, actually. It's not controversial at all. But Lana tweeting, "Yesterday I was surprised by Miro and my dad. My father supported all my decisions to get me here, and my husband supported my decision this year to live in a hotel for 250 days, thousands of miles from home, so I could be closer to training. I'm a lucky woman, hashtag WrestleMania," and it's accompanied by a wonderful picture of Miro and Lana's father. And people are making a bit of a big deal of this, I think unnecessarily. I just think it's a lovely thing. And it's also really nice to see that Miro is on good enough terms with the company that he can just go there, enjoy WrestleMania, have fun at the show and all that. Don't read too much into this at all, as some places seem to be doing. I hope both of those lads had a lovely time. Next up, we have a report that a certain WWE talent's future in the company is unclear. We noted in yesterday's news video that Tom Phillips had been pulled from the Raw announce desk. Obviously, we didn't see him at WrestleMania either. We've got an update on this from Meltzer stating that Michael Cole did the whole show, which was the plan because Tom Phillips apparently may not be back. I don't know what the story is. I was trying to check all day, but people were so busy with matches. I didn't really get an answer, and the people I talked to had no idea there was going to be a change. Tom Phillips, apparently, there was a COVID protocol issue for tonight, and the story is that on Monday, Adnan Virk starts as the new announcer on Raw. Tom Phillips has been with the company for a hell of a long time. He has been the lead play-by-play guy for pretty much everywhere. NXT, NXT UK, SmackDown, he's been everywhere. And as far as we know, it's sort of been Michael Cole's understudy. He's been second in command to Michael Cole. So I actually think this will be a really big loss for WWE. I quite like Tom Phillips' work, and I thought he was going to be in WWE for quite a while. Who knows? He might well still stay with the company. Once again, we will keep you updated, but interesting words there from Dave. Next up, a couple of interesting takeaways from Chris Jericho's appearance on Broken Skull Sessions. If you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, check it out. It's really worth watching. First of all, he told Steve Austin on the show that AEW doesn't see WWE as competition. He said, I didn't think there would be another national promotion again that could really, I don't want to say competition because we're not in competition. Obviously by proxy we're thrown into that, but we're worried about our own stuff and doing things differently and doing things a different way to draw the fan base to create more of the choices that we had during the Monday Night Wars. We haven't had those choices in a while and now we do, and people latched onto it. So an interesting note there. Wait until they move to Monday nights. I'm kidding. Also from Jericho, he revealed the reason that he left WWE, stating, I had this big program with Kevin Owens in 2016, which in my opinion was one of the best stories, if not the best story for that year. Correct. And we get to WrestleMania, it changed from Kevin and Jericho to Goldberg. And great, no problem, but when Kevin and Jericho went from the main event proposed to the second match on the show, I thought to myself, this is where I'll be for, in my opinion, for the rest of my time in WWE, the second match guy. And in my mind, I wasn't a second match guy, and he certainly proved everybody right there. He continued, so that's kind of the reason I went to New Japan and headlined the Tokyo Dome 3 years in a row, and when the opportunity for AEW came up, I said I want to continue to do this. I like being the guy which I'd never really been before. And that kind of carried over in AEW, and it became a big success. It certainly did, proving everyone wrong. Who knows what WWE would have ended up with doing with Jericho, but certainly a bit of a snub as far as I'm concerned, considering how great that feud was. I really enjoyed the match too, but obviously he's doing great things over in AEW now. So there you go. And finally, WrestleMania 37 Night 2 spoiler, just in case you haven't seen it or anything, you may want to go now. Bye, if that's the case. A big return taking place at WrestleMania 37, and a bit of insider information as far as what to expect from the returning Dabba Kato. We last saw him on the Raw Underground segments. They were great. But he is getting a new makeover. And PW Insider reporting that he will soon be going under the name Commander Aziz. This is a trademark that WWE filed very recently, and people were very perplexed as to what this meant. What was it? It's pretty obvious now that that will be his new identity, and that he will be flanking the new Intercontinental Champion, Apollo Crews. He, of course, interfered in the match with Big E, leading to Apollo picking up the win in that Nigerian drum fight. And so it looks like, yeah, he's going to be the muscle, as if Apollo needs muscle. Anyway, right, he's a big lad. Best of luck to him. Thank you very much for watching this half-cut news video. I think I've held it together all right. I don't know. Thank you very much to everyone who watched live reactions. Keep an eye out for all of the usual WrestleMania content coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay tuned because tonight I'll be back live for Raw After Mania live reactions. Live. Right, I'm going to bed. See you later. Bye.